The Gators got pretty rough news this week, and we're going to talk about how it impacts the team with the season less than 3 weeks away.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What's up, Gator fans? We got some pretty tough news this week with the injury to Jamari Lyons. He's a defensive lineman for our Florida Gators. Let's talk about the impact there and what concerns we have afterwards in today's video, which is presented by BetUS. I'm not breaking any news here, but yesterday Coach Napier did confirm that Lyons broke his ankle in the scrimmage and would miss the entirety of the season. Our thoughts and prayers go out to him. This is a horrible injury. It's going to take a while to recover from. I hate camp injuries. They suck. These players have put in the time, the effort, the energy all off season. And at this point, they're going into camp. They are so hungry. They're so close to the start of the season. And it just stinks to have somebody that has worked so hard go down. It's demoralizing for the team. It's demoralizing for the player, for fans. It's not something we ever want to see. Every team has it happen every single offseason, but camp injuries to me are the absolute worst kind of injury. Now, last year, Lyons had 20 tackles, 2.5 of those tackles for a loss, and he was really set for a big 2024. This is a guy that is 6'4", 304 pounds. We were really expecting him to take a pretty big step forward this year, and the D-line as a whole to take a really big step forward. Now, this obviously hurts from both a depth and production standpoint. They can certainly lean on Cam Jackson, who we've had on this show, and we expect really big things from this year, as well as Desmond Watson. But Lyons was certainly going to do a couple of big things for UF's D-line. I want to talk about both of those, but first, watch this very short clip from BetUS, and we'll be right back.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
First of all, Lyons was going to be a big piece, both from a production standpoint and a depth standpoint. Let's talk about production first. He was having a really good fall after a really good spring. Remember back to halftime of Florida's Orange and Blue game? Well, Lyons was one of the 4 UF players who received the Channing Crowder Headhunter Award. 20 tackles, like I mentioned, last season, and they were expecting that number to be upped significantly this year. Not only that, but from a rotational standpoint, he was a vital piece to this puzzle as well. UF certainly doesn't want there to be any drop-off when they sub out Cam Jackson on the D-line or when they need to give Watson a breather. Losing a guy who could start at a lot of places around the country hurts from a depth perception for sure. So what does this all mean for UF? It means we're going to need some of these young guys to step up. Napier mentioned a few in his press conference. He talked about true freshman Micah Borio. Coach Napier mentioned that he is somebody who could really come in and take over some of these reps as a freshman. Micah is a big guy, and it's a great opportunity for him. Coach Napier also mentioned that Lyons could play edge, but that is obviously a position that UF is much deeper at, so the loss is felt less at the edge. Some of your edge guys are going to likely have to play more inside, though, too. I'm not sure how much you can really rely on a true freshman from that position. This is concerning, right? With Miami on the horizon. Miami is a team with a very good offensive line. They are ranked in the top 3 of the ACC with Florida State and Clemson. Miami also has a very good running back in Damian Martinez, who transferred from Oregon State. UF's run defense wasn't great at times last year. And if they are winded or inexperienced on that D-line against the Canes, it could be a long day for the Gators. Cam Jackson, Des Watson, and the rest of the line are really going to have to bring it on August 31st. Losing Montrell, that was a big loss to me. But I honestly think this one may hurt even more. Hopefully we can get through the last couple of weeks of fall without any other injuries. Hopefully some of our younger D-line really are ready to take that next step and contribute. At the end of the day, I don't know that this changes the outcome of the Miami game, but I do think it's another obstacle UF is going to have to overcome. If there is any silver lining, I suppose at least it happened a few weeks before the season, so UF can work on those rotations before the opener. I would love to hear your thoughts as how big of a loss you really think this is and how it's going to impact UF. If you don't have any thoughts, send Lions some well wishes or a prayer or two down in the comments. I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in, and go Gators.